Welcome and merry meet to another lecture in the lecture series. Today, the headmistresses Laura and Jeannie and I decided to take you behind the scenes a little bit, and I'm going to show you how to request a blog, how a blog is set up, and where to find them after we have set up your blog for you. So here you can see here I have 4 different tabs open. We'll get to worry about the other 3 in just a moment. We're going to start out here on the student lounge. So when we're requesting a blog, we find the student blogs down at the end of the student lounge. It's the very last section. As you can see, we have the blog request section here. Now, before we get too far involved in everything, I would like to point out the how to request forum here. So when you come in, you will need to copy this section here. Username, what you want your journal or blog to be called, private or public. Alright, basically if you request a private blog, you, the headmistresses, and teachers are the only ones who have access to your blog. If you decide you want to share your blog with a school friend, you can email us and ask us to add that person to your blog. If you do that, we need their student lounge information and their email so we can do so. So I don't remember if I copied this or not, so I'm going to pretend I didn't. And we're going to head back to the blog requests. Oh, and the public blogs, everybody in the school has access to your blog. Alright, how soon will I get my blog? Now this can be a bit of an issue depending on my work schedule, where I try to come in on Tuesdays and set up blogs. This doesn't always work. If I can't come in on a Tuesday, I come in on a Monday or the closest day off I have. Since I typically work the weekends, I usually have Monday and Tuesday off. So I always try really, really hard to make sure they are set up on Tuesdays. If I can't, they're set up to the closest day to Tuesday that I have off as possible. Laura tries to set them up on Saturday evenings if she can. Again, it doesn't always work, especially at the moment with her dealing with her political things that she has to because of the wildfires. So if one of us doesn't get to it, the other will. Now, another very, very, very important thing, this section here, which I will actually physically show you in just a moment. When you request your blog, there is a box you can check that says notify me when a reply is posted. This will make sure you receive an email after we set up your blog and let you know that it in fact was set up. So once I do a mock blog request, I'll actually show you where that button is. So like I said, we try to get in here on the Saturday or the Tuesday. It doesn't always work. Life likes to bite you in the butt, so we get it as soon as we can. Here's another one. Can't find your blog. Now this basically tells you where an empty blog goes after we set it up for you. It is placed under the empty blog section. I will show you that in just a moment. Once you make your very first post in your blog and you turn in the assignment in orientation 102, your blog is moved into the active section of the blog. And that is typically put in alphabetical order unless it starts with the or a. Then the first letter of the next word is what's going to be counted as where your blog will be placed. Okay, so here we have an active blog request. And all of these are requests that have already been taken care of. Alright, so I'm going to demonstrate how to request a blog and show you where the notify me when a reply is posted box is. So remember when I pasted the information from 3 boards ago, I'm going to put my current blog information up so it causes me less confusion later. My username is Savanna Moon. And my blog or journal or whatever you may want to call it is A Chalice of Fire and Ice, which means my blog is actually under the C section. And my blog is private. And up here on the subject, you can put a blog request, new blog request. I'm just gonna put mock blog request, live lecture example, simply because I will have to come in and delete this request so it doesn't interfere with future blog requests. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 squares down, we have the notify me when a reply is posted. Make sure that is checked. Everything else down here stays the same. And then simply hit submit. Sorry, that was a cat being a cat. Alright, so come back to the blog requests and you can see my blog request right here. However, we're going to go to Zora Rose's blog request. As you can see, she did give me her username, what she wanted her journal to be called, and she wants it public. So that means I'm going to come in here and I am going to copy what she wants the title to be. So here we go. Here's the behind the scenes aspect that I was going to show you today. As you can see, I'm under the administration control panel. You will not have access to this, obviously. And I'm going to paste in her title, and I'm going to hit create new forum. And you can see under the parent forum, it says empty blogs, which I will show you momentarily. Here, copy permissions from. This just makes it so everybody has the same permissions and that we don't accidentally lock somebody's blog out or lock you out of it or whatever. We use the exact same permissions for every public blog, and for our private blogs are set up in the same way, only in a private aspect. And then I make sure that everything is set up properly below, and I hit submit. And as you can see, Pink Roses is here. And if I'm to go back into student blogs, it's all the way at the bottom. And you'll notice that the moderator is not correct. I will briefly show you how to do that in a moment. So every time you make a blog, you'll need to come all the way back down to the empty blog section at the very end of the student blogs, which is direct opposite of requesting your blog. Oh, and I went the wrong way because the cat just decided to sit on my lap and scratch me. Okay. Alright, and then I'm going to come up here, and since I've had people accidentally type in their username incorrectly, I'm just in the habit of grabbing the active link with your student username on there, and it just makes it a little bit easier. Alright, so here's the fun part. I find the blog that I'm looking for, and there's the name that was incorrect as the moderator, and I'm simply just going to remove the permissions, and I'm going to add the proper permissions. And same thing with the forum moderator. So this means you are able to moderate your own blog. So it makes it a little bit more personal and private to you. And you have access to your blog. Now, if I wouldn't have went through and did what I just did, none of the permissions that would allow you into your blog would be there. So come down really quick. And as you can see, now the moderator shows the correct person. So now I'm going to come back up to the blog requests, and I'm going to leave a note saying your blog is up, and if everything was done correctly, she should receive an email after I hit submit, letting her know that her blog is active and up and under the empty blogs area. So there you go. That is how you request a blog. That is how a blog is set up. And that's how you get notification that your blog is up. So I hope you found that educational and helpful and useful. And I will see you next time for, I believe it will be submitting assignments. So I'll see everybody at a later time. Merry Part.